Hey, Callum's recording, so Marcus, Alice, welcome back. Hello.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to see you again, and cheers.
Now we can carry on chatting. There we go. Let's keep complimenting Jamie on his lovely beard and hair.
Yes,
I mean,
it's a fabulous beard.
Oh,
What can we say?
what we can say is, Marcus, grow your beard back.
Yeah, I know. It just kind of disappeared from last time. The last podcast was so awesome. It just like flew away. So yeah, I'm gonna go.
I feel really disappointed that we should have maybe collaborated and all dressed up as pirates, but we'll do that next time.
There's still time. I've got a bandana in there.
Do one of these quick changes, like we pause it now
Yeah,
and then just back
Welcome
again.
back to Pirates.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gear.
I've actually got a bandana in my somewhere, but that's not really pirate-like, is it? So
Yeah, pirates wear bandanas. I've seen Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. I'd say pirates are bandanas. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It's more of an outlaw biker kind of bandana, not a pirate one. But I don't know. Midlife crisis again, you see. I'm actually thinking of taking motorbike lessons soon, so it's
Okay, you're going like all the way with this crisis. You're
I'm
like,
having a full.
a time every year. You're like, I got 1 year. 2020 was like hell. 21, I'm doing everything. Good
It
for
is,
you.
dude. I mean, I am literally in 2 weeks today. I'll be 37, so I'm having a midlife crisis. So, yeah.
that's no age.
It's no age. I feel it. Believe me, I feel it. All you youngsters, I really feel it. But
well, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I think me and Jamie are the oldest here, aren't we? I'm not that you have to.
Your age has been disputed on several different mediums. One of which is like fan-made mods for the TEW wrestling game.
Oh yeah.
Plus her age at several different things depending on. I'd say it's depending on if the person likes her or not.
Well, I've got TEW, so I'm gonna check on my data to see what the age is.
Yeah,
Try to figure out if it's right or not.
what's someone tell me what TEW is then?
It's like Football Manager but for wrestling.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Well, when you're actually in the business and there's like these fan-made mods that come out, it's like you don't get it to play it and go through. You get it just to see like how far off are they of reality.
You see, what I'll do
Like
for you,
stats.
Marcus, is I'll put charisma and everything to 100 and put your stats to like the maximum they can be, and I'll make you the world champion of my promotion. How about that?
Oh, that would be brilliant. And then you can like do a screenshot, send out on
Yeah.
Twitter, and be like, you gotta like check out this guy.
Brilliant.
Wrestling AJ Styles, everybody, yeah. Because of course I've got AJ Styles in my promotion because of course, why wouldn't you?
Can we just as well should we just tell Alice and Marcus who I've just been compared to?
Yeah.
Right.
I was just doing an interview with Roy Johnson, and the first thing I heard was, "Oh, you think I look like Alistair Black?" And
Look at that.
I mean,
I look nothing like Alistair Black, but
I've seen a picture of Alistair Black where you do kind of look a little bit like him if you squint your eyes a bit. It's not far off.
there is zero Alistair Black in me at all. There is nothing.
Maybe it's the person looking who should squint their eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe, because I just didn't get it at all. I took it as a compliment. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna milk that. For as much.
I reckon that. And I reckon next time we'll see you on a Ringsellers podcast, for some reason you'll just have your sides of your head shaved like that. And be like,
And an eye patch.
yeah. I mean, that's not because of anything. It's just not ungrateful.
Maybe.
I'd look though.
It is, yeah.
Maybe.
Hey.
New gimmick. Hey, new gimmick. That could be it now. I'll change from the Red Wolf to whatever Alistair Black is.
What is he?
Make a compromise, the Black Wolf. I don't know.
The Black
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Why the hell not? But I just before we chat wrestling again and stuff, I'm loving Marcus's hair. It's longer than mine.
I gotta tell you this. I got a reputation for going in for hair versus hair matches. And on my streak so far, I am 0-2. I've lost 2 hair versus hair matches in my career.
Just stop doing them then.
Stop
I'm
me.
like, growing my hair long, I'm like, I'm not going to lose a third one. It's like no one in the career of wrestling has ever lost 3 hair matches in a row.
Your track record says differently.
In reality, he makes sure he loses them, so he doesn't have to go to the barber and get it cut for money.
Yeah, I just have to save all the money there.
Marcus, what T-shirt are you wearing, by the way?
So today I thought I'd wear, and I missed the opportunity last time, so I thought I'd do it this time. Supermax. So
right.
Man's got the 3 legs of man, which is the Manx flag. Got these made at a TT races. It's like a motorcycle racing competition we have on the Isle of Man.
Yes.
We've got lots of merchandise shops and put stuff out. So I saw they was like, can you make this and put Marcus of Man on the back of it?
Oh, I think you need to.
There
we go. Yeah.
Now,
got loads of these made and loads of different
The
sizes.
reason I asked is because I thought it was a Chris Hero T-shirt, and he's got a very similar Chris Hero T-shirt. And with your hair like that, you look like 2001, 2002 Chris Hero.
That is very much like the old Chris Hero, and he had these plastic style pants as well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Show. I remember. Oh, he was so good though in Kings of Wrestling with Claudio. Why didn't they bring that back to NXT when they were?
They missed something there, right? They should. Why did they never let the Kings of Wrestling compete in NXT? They'd have.
Like a great team, it would actually put Chris Hero in such a good spot, and the name Kings of Wrestling, it just fits. Everything was so perfect.
Kings of Sports Entertainment, you mean?
NXT could say wrestling. They can get away with that.
I hate the word sports entertainment. Don't. I must say one thing though, Marcus. I was watching a video the other day of yourself, and I absolutely love your entrance with the violinist.
Oh yes.
We were planning that one a long, long time. So it was the first big entrance after I won the belt, and I thought, right, I've got the belt, I've got done everything this, I've got to put everything up a level. So I had this really cool mask. I had my hair cut quite short then, but I had that with my belt, with the jacket, and I was like, right, I need something to put over the top. I found a new song that I wanted to have, and the violinist, who is also the color commentator on the show, Shiraz, he does all the English commentary on the shows. He was like, well, I'm pretty good at the violin. I went to music school and stuff. I was like, well, I've got this piece of music which I found. It's like a retro wave version of a Bach composition. He was like, I can work with this. I could do something with this. So we planned it for a few weeks. We hope this is going to work in the night, because you're never going to know how the audience is going to react. Someone comes down and they're going to stand in the ring playing violin first. But thank God I'm a heel, because they booed and that was the right reaction. And then all the music kicks in and then everything happens, and I come out and I'm like, right, I'm going to have the Chris Jericho bit of the bubbly, I'm going to have the belt here, I'm going to have all the gimmicks I can have. And it really worked out really well. It was the best entrance done yet.
I loved it. I even said to Callum, this is just perfect. The choice of music, the way you just arrogantly came down to the ring, it was just one of the best things I've seen. It was just so cool, man. It really was.
Oh, cheers.
Definitely stole the show that night. I can tell that much.
Yeah. It was. I think I said to Callum, come and watch this, because I had it on. I was like,
I could hear the music. Jamie said, come and watch this. So I came and had a look, and I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, guys. It took us quite a while to figure out how are we going to do this. Is this going to be possible? Is it going to have to learn the music? And he wrote it down, because we didn't have it there was no sheet music to find. It was I sent him the song, and he hand wrote the things. And I remember it was over Christmas, he was taking pictures of what he'd handwritten, sending it over a messenger. I was like, that probably looks great. I was just like, well, this. So Shiraz, he did such a great job on that one.
Well, I'm just going to throw it out there. If you ever want to do anything else, I'm a guitarist. Just,
We're going to have violins, guitars, a whole orchestra. People will just forget about, there's meant to be a match as well. We can top the musical number.
Yeah, man. I'll play down to the ring. I'll play down to the ring. It'd be my pleasure.
Maybe work for Aliss Ink because you
Wow,
usually
I was
have
thinking
like
that.
quite hard rock metal
Yeah,
kind of.
exactly.
Well, I do remember when we spoke last time. We're both metalheads, aren't we? So I'm happy to play you both down to the ring. It's
That you have your
That's
beard in the
brilliant.
braids and the hair in the braids.
Oh,
electric guitar.
yes.
Well, I listen.
So,
If
how updated are you on your Led Zeppelin?
No, yeah, but I mean, you do come down to Led Zeppelin, but I mean, you told me last time you came down to it twice, so we're going to get.
Yes, by accident in Malmö.
I don't know if Callum knows that story, do you, Callum?
The Led Zeppelin. What?
No,
Fill me in.
Alice,
Chat me up, Jamie.
Alice, tell Callum the story.
Yeah, I mean, as we all know, I come down to Immigrant Song, which is rather well known, obviously. And I was on this show in Malmö, which was one of the bigger cities in Sweden. And I was in the first match after the break, which me and we had tag match, I think. We were going to have our separate entrances. So I wasn't exactly sure which order we were going to come out in. And then I hear from backstage, they're playing Immigrant Song. It's like, should be a few minutes left, but everyone's like, hey, you're up. So I basically ran on stage like, I need to do my stuff and, the entrance and everything. So gets out, starts with like doing the bow and everything that I do when I get on stage. And then I come up in my head and I realize, oh, there's still a break on. So half the audience is like, what's she doing there? So I basically just took another bow and went backstage.
So you had to do your entrance again afterwards?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Well, like I said,
I mean, the backstage area was, they were laughing so hard.
But
at least you can laugh about it.
Yes.
like I said to you last time though, Alice, you think of it like this, you got to come out to Led Zeppelin twice. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the way I
And
look
that
at
is
it.
officially the story from now on.
Yeah. That's just pretend you're a prima donna, you're a diva, and you want to come out twice to Led Zeppelin. That's it.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do though when you're already there? Just make the best out of it, right?
Exactly. I'm just changing the subject. I am actually really thinking now about braiding my hair and beard, Callum.
If you want me to braid your hair, Jamie, I will do. You just need to ask. I don't mind.
It's gonna be a separate YouTube channel, like doing hairstyles.
It's not happening. If you get, well, I'll rephrase it. I'll braid it, but he's not doing it.
Why?
If we did it at the same time, though,
Well,
Callum would braid your hair and I'd braid Maria's. Aliss Ink's hair.
You probably think like, oh, it's not very manly if one of your best friends braids your hair, but I imagine Vikings did it.
Sorry, Callum. Marcus broke the fourth wall then. So,
Well.
But yeah, we'll think about braiding. I'm actually quite tempted now, so we'll.
I think you should try. I think it's a very good look.
Yeah.
For men as well.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Now, if Callum takes his cap off, Callum's rocking a mullet at the minute.
That's why I've got a cap on, Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay then.
Like a proper.
There's a reason I'm wearing the hat.
A proper mullet, like I'm talking, trailer trash kind of, mullet.
It's in style now, though.
Yeah, I heard so as well.
I'm just keeping it under here for a while, and then
Go
in a
with
couple
it.
of weeks I'll bring it back. It's nice and long at the back, so I'm gonna look like trailer trash, like a redneck or something. It's what people like now. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming back though. I heard it's not as
There you go.
common though. I think
No, not yet. But
it probably will be.
Well, there we go, then.
Everything
There you
trickles
go.
down there eventually. So I mean.
Yeah. Callum can be the redneck. I'll be a Viking. Perfect. So,
I'm
we're
fine with
cool,
that.
man. We're cool.
Bit of an odd tag team going on here, but I like it.
There we go. And obviously, Marcus is our third man. There you go. The pirate, the
I'll be
captain.
I'll be steering the ship at the front. Have no
It's
idea
more-
where we're going, but we'll be going there very quickly.
It's more like a modern day Village People than anything.
It kind of sounded like that, isn't it?
That's not a bad point.
We'll pick up some other, cultures away.
I must be honest though. When we spoke to you last time, I was telling a friend about the whole idea of like taking over the little islands.
Yeah.
And they thought it was brilliant. I mean, I can't tell you how much I genuinely want to do that.
I mean, we're just gonna get the corona situation under control. And I know there's a lot like to ask you guys to fix that for us.
Yeah.
You guys are all powerful, so
trying.
I'm sure it'll be done by next week. But when that's done, we can go like to the Isle of Wight, Jersey, Guernsey, the Isle of Man, Shetland Islands first. I've never been to Sark. That's the one that's quite close to France, isn't it?
I've never heard of it.
I think Putty Sark.
Isn't it not Guernsey, is it?
No, there's several. There's so many, like near the. We'll take the ones near England first, and then the ones near France.
Start close to home, then we'll go to France. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I've genuinely never wanted to do something so much in my life.
I'm just taking notes now, so.
Yeah, if you could write that down, Callum, we need a boat.
Yeah, the boat first. But just for pirates, should we like commandeer a boat? Should we just find a boat on the lake?
We steal the boat. Of course we steal the boat. Well, I mean, we don't buy it. We're pirates.
It's my birthday in 2 weeks. I could ask my mum and dad for a boat. A pirate boat. You never know.
Checklist. Steal boat. There we go.
Steal boat. There we go.
Yes.
Oh, Callum, can you just put whiskey underneath? We'll need plenty of that. Priorities. But I tell you what as well though, like genuinely, when we said it last time, we meant it 100%, didn't we, Callum? We are so coming over there as soon as we can. It's literally, we'll be there.
Well, we've spoken to a lot of people from the Scandinavian scene even since we spoke to you both last. And I think it was Regina Rosendahl we spoke to, and we mentioned both of you, and she had very positive things to say about you both. So when we mentioned Alice, she was saying such a great talent, and Marcus, obviously a fan of yours too. So whatever you're both doing, you're making waves over there on the Scandinavian scene.
Well, I think it's important as well to keep those kind of connections here, because we are not that many people doing this here. So, and I mean, Regina, obviously, we have a really good connection and talk quite a bit. So she is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, but we are genuinely coming over there, aren't we, Callum? As soon as we are allowed and you have shows, we are coming over there. It's not even an if, it's a when. So and we're gonna get pirate outfits, Marcus. Right, we've got to do this.
It's gonna be like the first show when everything opens up. We have a pirate crew coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
That would be brilliant.
Well, I mean,
I'm expecting braids though. Don't forget the braids.
Well, fine. If I have to, I will let Callum braid my hair before we come over.
I don't know what your problem is.
Have you ever braided anyone's hair before?
Yes, actually.
Really?
My niece.
Your 4-year-old niece.
My 4-year-old niece, and one of my ex-girlfriends who was into all that kind of stuff. She was a hairdresser. Showed me how to do it. So.
It sounds like you're overly qualified for this.
If anything, I'm overly qualified. But Marcus, he doesn't care. He doesn't want my expertise.
Callum,
so I'll let him do it himself. It'll be funnier.
I'm starting to think you might be in the wrong profession.
I say that about a lot of things, mate. I'm overly qualified in many areas. It's not my fault. It's a burden, if anything.
I'm starting to think you might wake up one morning with half your head braided. Yeah. And you look at him like, it was him.
You know what? You only live once, right? I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Callum, if you want to braid my hair, man, I will let you do it.
Good. And also, I've just found some pirate outfits on Amazon. We can get them.
We were just looking at the same thing for a whole different reason, but we were looking recently for this as well.
There's some really nice ones. Really.
There is, isn't there?
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh man, I've never wanted to do something so much in my entire life than this. I really Yeah.
Technically, if you do steal a boat and commandeer the ship to Stockholm, that would be Corona safe, wouldn't it?
And
Yes,
Yeah.
it would. Yes, it would.
then, continuing on with your broadcasting career, you can have a pirate radio station. Just get a broadcast equipment around, and you'd be like, "What is this pirate radio station on the airwaves?" Literally a pirate boat.
Literally pirate radio.
Yes.
Well,
That's so good. Right, where's my pen?
Absolutely gold.
So you've got a list. Get
Alan,
some
write that down.
medium
Pirate
wave radio
yeah.
equipment, steel boat. What about the? There's a big boat in Sweden. It's a museum called the Vasa Skepp. It's a boat which they built, I think, in the 1600s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they built it in completely the wrong proportions and had no ballast in it, so it sank in Stockholm's harbour. So they took it up from there and made a museum around it because they're like, this was just absolutely ridiculously built, but it's a museum.
Right,
That
well,
boat's still there, so I'm reckoning when you guys come over,
we'll nick it.
we take a trip. Well, there's 4 of us. We go to the museum. We can distract the guards, and then you guys just take the boat.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so steel.
Alan, write that down.
Build the Vasa Skepp.
Yeah.
The
okay.
problem with that, though, is I'm not sure it's going to come much further than it did last time. They put it in the water and then watch it go down.
The technology's come
that's
far in that time. We'll be able to fix it. It's fine.
All I can see is me, Callum, and Marcus like this with the boat going down.
Yeah.
It would be kind of the perfect ship as well, because the reason it actually sank was they decorated it so much.
Yeah.
They had so much extra decorations added on after.
It was so top heavy.
So
wasn't
yeah,
it?
exactly. So it got too top heavy. That's why it sank.
Wow. Oh my
So
god.
it's
Isn't
very
that a
nicely
similar-
ornamented, but completely
The one
useless.
in England is similar. The Mary Rose, I think it was called. You guys remember that one?
Yeah.
There's a similar thing with that. It was like in that era, they just built
Yeah.
them just too ridiculous.
That's my
Actual
favorite
sale.
story. Like
Do you know what I love about this, right, is like when we release this, if by chance the Swedish police see this and then that boat gets nicked, they're going to come straight for us.
Well,
Yeah.
suspect number 1
We're
right
pretty
here.
much giving them a confession right now. So,
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Also, I'd like to say, find me another wrestling podcast where you learn a bit of history about the world as well. Like,
Exactly. The
Right.
Mary Rose, the Vasa.
see,
Yeah.
we're learning
We haven't
it.
talked much about wrestling.
wrestling. That's what you do.
I did have
Yeah.
a link about wrestling. I was going to talk about your T-shirt, by the way.
Oh,
You talk
Please
about
do.
my T-shirt.
Please do.
Alice Ink has a
Yes.
T-shirt, and she has one with her
I
today.
didn't think about it last time to actually bring it, but
That's awesome.
this is pretty cool, isn't it?
That's so
Well,
cool. Where
now-
can we get those?
You can if you DM me your sizes, I'll make sure it happens.
So they follow
basically,
you at Alice Ink at Instagram.
Yes.
Well,
Instagram or Facebook works fine, both.
maybe when I get paid in 2 weeks, and it's my birthday as well, so I'll have some more money, I will buy myself one of
I'll
those.
be getting one of those as well. Yeah, absolutely.
And I will-
And you
and
know what?
also-
I think a
really-
Marcus T-shirt.
I would say I really want the T-shirt Marcus is wearing as well.
The Supermax one.
The Superman.
It's a lovely one. I don't think I have so many of them left, though, to be honest, because you might have heard I'm a bad guy. So I only got a limited amount of these ones. I was like, why are they going to... But yeah, it's right. Bad guys, the heels, they don't sell so many T-shirts, unfortunately. I'm not one of the cool kids.
You're an old school guy, Marcus, and you're a man like me who likes a bit of Jim Cornette. And, you know, Jim Cornette always says the good guys, they shouldn't be selling the bad guys shouldn't be selling a lot of
You
merchandise.
shouldn't, no. So I've got a few of them there, but they never sell, and I'm rather happy with that.
That's
If they don't sell, I'm doing my job well, I guess.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't want to be one of these cool heels that everyone likes, because you're not really a heel if everyone likes you,
Exactly.
you know? So,
I'll tell you
I'm
what,
with you.
Speaking of old school, we received a DM tonight from Ricky Morton
Oh, brilliant.
about coming on the show. Unfortunately, we can't afford Ricky's demand, but
Well, he did tell us to have a nice day.
yes. But
That's good.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of old school, I'm just curious, Marcus,
Hmm?
how are your interviewing skills?
I've done a lot of interviews. I like interviewing people. I can
Because,
give it a go.
like me, you're an old school fan, correct?
This is true. I love the old school wrestling, mainly like mid to late 80s wrestling is like
I'm,
my.
I'm gonna throw a proposition your way,
Okay.
and feel free to say no. Recently I spoke to, do you know George Napolitano?
Yes, famous photographer.
Yes.
with the-
Well, I'm going to be doing a regular series with George. He's going to be coming back on at some point. And I know you're an old school fan, so I'm throwing it out there for you now. How you'd maybe like to interview George with me?
That would be absolutely amazing. I
Yeah.
would love to do that one.
Right, there we go.
I've heard his interview with like Jason Solomon from the Solomon's to Sounds Off one
Yes.
a few years ago, and that's what I the first started hearing about George and more like following what he did. So that
Yeah.
would be really cool to be involved.
I spoke to him a few weeks ago, which you can find on YouTube, Ringsiders, and I realised when I was speaking to him that this guy has photographed so many different eras of professional wrestling. I spoke to him because obviously he took the famous Andre photo with the holding the four women.
Yeah.
We spoke about that. We spoke about Bruno. Vince McMahon. When Vince McMahon was taking over the wrestling business, George Napolitano was the first person Vince told.
Yeah.
He was telling me all about this. So when he comes back on, Marcus, if you want to do an interview with me and speak to George.
Yeah, I would love that. Thank you for the opportunity. That is very much appreciated.
Also means you are a ringsider now, officially. So
Be true. I'll have to get myself a better microphone.
Well, that's we have a lot of honorary ringsiders, don't we? We have obviously our friend Rivers. Shout out to Rivers, by the way, one of the best blues musicians you will ever come across. So if you want any theme music in the blues style,
so good, good.
Rivers is your man. But no, Marcus, I that's why I think I like you so much as well, man, because we're connected with the old school man.
We will definitely have a chat about this one offline and talk about. But I was thinking about old school things like this week. I don't know if you've kept up with the modern wrestling at all, but what happened with AEW this week? I don't know if you
saw your tweet, Marcus. That's why I mentioned Jim Cornette.
I've not watched it, but I know what happened. So
should we talk about the elephant in the room, or
wasn't impressed.
The elephant that didn't explode in the room? They're trying to pass this off now as this is part of a story, but it's
you know
the
what?
old school in me says like this: if you promote something, if your main event is this exploding death match, there's going to be something happening. The old school, you have to deliver on what it is.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
The hair versus hair match, people are paying the money, someone's going to get their hair cut. You're going to have a mask versus mask, one of the wrestlers is going to be unmasked. Exploding death match, barbed wire, we've been hyping it for weeks. People pay their money to see the pay-per-view, and they're not happy with the finish. What do you guys think about this?
I'll be completely honest. I think the sparklers, the exploding of the ring was embarrassing for the company as a whole because it was another production failure on AEW's behalf. I think what Eddie Kingston and John Moxley have done to cover that was fantastic work. Great promo. I really believed every word they were saying. But I felt so bad for the talent involved. It should not have happened in the first place. I can't believe it happened to the point where you can tell they hadn't even tested it beforehand. If they had tested it, that wouldn't have happened. So unless that was actually what they intended to deliver, then that's embarrassing.
That's the thing. That's the in-between, because they had a little bit of an explosion of something there. If the idea was the story that they've actually run with now, that it was Kenny Omega's plot the whole time,
Yeah,
it would have been an even lesser fireworks
exactly.
and just like